Today on Public Eye News, a man is in custody after a police chase led to an MSP drone search for the suspect. Later, we'll have everything you need to know about the broccoli sold at Walmart that is now being recalled.
Liam Yulin-Joy will have your weather forecast for the next couple days, and later, today's sports breakdown. I'm Aubrey Huddleston.
And I'm Toby Camilli, and this is Public Eye News. A man is in custody following a police chase with Nama Township after Delta County deputies attempted to make a routine traffic stop. Brandon Dickerson failed to stop for the deputies and a pursuit started. Dickerson was wanted on several warrants. Deputies tried disabling Dickerson's vehicle using stop sticks to no avail. The chase went down US 2 and continued north on Z Road. The car finally came to a stop and a woman and her 5-year-old daughter exited the vehicle. During this, it was found out that Dickerson had jumped out of the car while it was moving and the female passenger had taken over as the driver. Dickerson was located shortly after in the woods by a canine unit with the assistance of an MSP drone. Dickerson is currently in Delta County Jail on multiple charges. The female subject is also being looked at for criminal charges and her daughter has been taken out of her custody. This past weekend, Michigan DNR conservation officers patrolled over 385 miles of snowmobile trails. During the 56th annual I-500 race in Chippewa County, officers contacted nearly 600 riders, issuing 24 tickets and 76 verbal warnings for violations such as unregistered snowmobiles and failures to display permits. Despite bitter cold temperatures, with lows of -16 degrees Fahrenheit, trail activity was high, drawing riders from places as far as Florida and Ontario. Lieutenant Skip Hagee said the DNR's presence encouraged safer riding. The officers reminded snowmobilers to ride on the right side of the road, ride at an appropriate speed, and to stay sober.
What is now a vacant historic middle school in Iron Mountain will soon have the opportunity to transition into a community center targeting elementary-age students. The Michigan Economic Development Corporation, or MEDC, will award a matching grant if the crowdfunding for this project reaches $50,000 by April 3rd. The funding aims to expand the current Children's Museum, specifically the Tiny Town, which offers interactive exhibits for children ages 0 to 4. Other renovations would include a gathering place for community events as well as office spaces, which will be located on the 2nd and 3rd floors of the school. Both the men's and women's swim and dive teams at Northern Michigan University have been selected to receive the Scholar All-America Award by the College Swimming and Diving Coaches Association of America, or CSCAA. This award honors the commitment of athletes both in and outside the pool. In order to be selected for this award, students must achieve a grade point average above 3.0. The men's team accumulated an overall 3.35 GPA, and the women's team received an average GPA of 3.64. Of the 69 teams who participated, NMU's women's team is one of the only 15 schools to achieve a 3.64 or above. Grocery stores across the state are becoming increasingly alarmed about the new tariffs imposed by President Trump. WWMT's Colin Roos went to West Michigan stores to learn more. Take a look.
A fully stocked shelf of fruits and vegetables could soon be looking bare. That's the fear of grocery stores in West Michigan, whose supply of produce from around the world could soon cost dramatically more or not be there at all. Even a store like the People's Food Co-op in Kalamazoo, which sources a large percentage of its stock locally, says they're fearing a domino effect on the price tags.
Canada especially, tomatoes and mushrooms. Mexico, same thing. Avocados are going to go up through the roof.
General Manager Alex Morris says he and the over 4,000 other owners of the store are in agreement. While it could boost sales of locally grown foods, they're unsure if farmers' smaller yields will be able to handle the demand. He says it's a sudden shift in the industry that will be painful and time-consuming to reorient. One shopper says he feels foreign tariffs are a quick way for America to make enemies.
I think it's a mean-spirited method of getting people to do what you want.
President Trump has acknowledged the cost increase, but says it's a necessary security measure. He accuses Canada and Mexico of not being serious enough in stopping fentanyl from crossing into the U.S., a deadly drug the CDC says killed more than 150,000 Americans between 2022 and 2023.
It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year. And for what? What do we get out of it?
Morris says your grocery bill won't go up right away, but says he wishes government leaders were more aware of Michigan's importance to the fruit belt. After coming out of COVID, he says he's used to dramatic swings in cost and says he'll be checking the invoices every week to keep up with prices for the near future.
Now don't touch that dial. Liam will be right back with your weather after this short break.
In this episode, chefs Jose Andres and Sean Sherman uncovered their roots.
Oh, that's a gift.
I mean, that's beautiful.
Obviously, I made it here, so something had to go right.
I think we have to be the answer to your ancestors' prayers.
Let's see what happened next.
Uh-oh. Oh, my God. My ancestors, they all have a very big piece of who I am.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Liam Yulin-Joy, here to deliver today's weather report. Starting with a look at our conditions here at NMU, where the skies are turning blue instead of gray, which they've been all day. Now let's see if the rest of the UP is feeling the same. And it looks like, sure enough, clouds cover the peninsula. But in Houghton, we have a temperature of 14 degrees. In Ironwood, a temperature of 7. In Iron Mountain, we have partly cloudy skies with a temperature of 16. And down in Menominee, 18 degrees and partly cloudy as well. Now let's take a look at the other half of our map of the UP here. We'll find that in Escanaba, we have a temperature of 18 degrees with cloudy conditions. In Manistee, 20 degrees and partly cloudy skies. In the Sioux, 16 degrees with clouds. And in our beautiful Marquette, 14 degrees and partly cloudy. Actually, it's just cloudy. The winds are coming out of the west-northwest at 14 miles per hour here in Marquette, with the pressure at 30.54 inches and rising. Tonight's conditions will feature partly cloudy skies with a low of 9 degrees, winds out of the west-northwest at 9 miles per hour, and a waxing crescent up in the sky. Tomorrow we'll have partly cloudy conditions with a high of 23, a low of 18, and winds ranging from 5 to 7 miles per hour. Looking further ahead in the week here, on Thursday we'll have snowy conditions with a high of 28 degrees, a low of 13 degrees. On Friday, a high of 20 and a low of 12 with partly cloudy skies. And moving into the weekend, on Saturday, there'll be a high of 23, a low of 15, and some more snow. That's all the weather I have for today's weather report. Now back to the desk.
Thank you for that weather update, Liam. Those snowy conditions should be nice for any skiers in the area. Now on to our state stories. There has been a precautionary advisory for frozen broccoli from Walmart. The risk comes from a single lot of market-side broccoli florets due to possible Listeria monocytogenes contamination. The affected product is a 12-ounce bag with a best if used by date of December 10th, 2024. While the product is past its expiration and no longer available in stores, consumers may have already bought it. If you have this product, do not consume it. Make sure to dispose of it immediately. No illnesses have been reported so far, but Listeria can cause serious infections, especially in young children, pregnant women, and the elderly. Michigan State Senator Mallory McMorrow is preparing to enter the 2026 Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate seat that will be vacated by Gary Peters, retiring. McMorrow gained national attention in 2022 after a viral speech defending LGBTQ+ rights, which made her a leading voice in Democratic politics. If she enters the race, she'll face a competitive primary with former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg also considering a run. Republicans see an opportunity to flip the seat in a state Donald Trump recently won. On the GOP side, former Congressman Mike Rogers is expected to run again after a close loss in 2024. McMorrow's spokesperson said McMorrow will act accordingly to the best interests of Michiganders. And while the federal minimum wage has not increased since 2009, dozens of states have raised it on their own. For many workers who have families, it's still not enough to live on. Jason Allen has the story.
Tiana Yeldell's long day starts early in the morning. The mother of three gets her kids off to school and then heads to her job at Pizza Hut, where she cooks and delivers. Yeldell lives in Houston. The minimum wage in Texas is the same as the federal minimum wage, $7.25 an hour. She does a little better and gets $9.50 an hour plus tips, but it's not enough.
People, these jobs gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna pay how they want to pay.
To make ends meet, she has a second job cleaning cars on the city of Houston's metro system. And it's back home where she has little time with her kids.
I work roughly between 75 and 80 hours a week. And it's a lot.
According to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, a living wage for one adult raising 3 kids in the Houston metro area is $57.65 an hour.
Even though minimum wages have gone up in many states and localities, they're still not paying a living wage. What is a living wage? A living wage is a wage that allows workers to be self-sufficient and provide for their families.
Yeldell would like to see Texas raise the minimum wage. Almost 36 states have increased it to $11 an hour or higher. However, higher wages have a huge impact on businesses, who are then often forced to raise prices to stay profitable.
Being a mother, I do what I'm supposed to do for my kids. You know, my children feel like you always at work.
And unfortunately for Yeldell, for now, the long hours are only going to continue. Jason Allen, CBS News, Dallas.
After this short break, Liam will be back to deliver your Public Eye Sports Report. Stay tuned.
In the 4th year of Changing Planet, we are focusing on 2 of the largest river restoration projects ever attempted.
What?
One urban.
The River Seine is undergoing a colossal detox.
One wild and remote.
These dams will be completely gone within a matter of months.
Everyone knows there's hope. It's big.
These are stories of ambition and action for our changing planet.
Welcome back. I'm Liam Yulin-Joy here to deliver today's Public Eye Sports Report. Starting things off on the diamond, the Detroit Tigers have traded former first-round draft pick Alex Faedo to his hometown team, the Tampa Bay Rays. In exchange for Faedo, the Tigers have received minor league catcher Anderson Delgado. The 20-year-old joins a team that has built up significant catching depth over the past few years. He also brings offensive strength to the team. Delgado batted .259, .382, and .400 with 4 homers and 30 RBIs between Single-A Charleston and the rookie-level Florida Complex League. Delgado joins catching prospects Tyro Lorenzo and Josue Briseño coming up through the pipeline. And moving to the hardwood, the Detroit Pistons tragically fell to the Atlanta Hawks after a fourth-quarter rally led by Trae Young last night. The decisive shot came with 1.6 seconds left in the game. It was a 23-foot fadeaway that put the Hawks to a score of 132 against the Pistons' 130. Cade Cunningham scored 30 of those points for Detroit and got another 14 assists to boot. DeAndre Hunter from Atlanta distinguished himself, scoring 20 points, while rookie Zachary Rissaker added 17 points. Though sad for the Pistons, the game's result will come as a relief to anyone in the Hawks camp, since it puts an end to their 8-game losing streak. And keeping things on the court, Marquette Senior High School will play host to girls and boys basketball games tonight. The girls take on rival team Houghton at 6 p.m., going into the contest with a record of 6-9. Their opponents, the Houghton Gremlins, entered the game with a record of 11-3. The Marquette boys, with their record of 12-2, are the favorites in their upcoming bout against the 4-11 Gladstone team. Want to see for yourself whether the Sentinels take home the W, or perhaps you back the Braves? Either way, the exciting matchup between the boys' teams will be streamed online at 7:30 p.m. via MHSAA TV. That's all I have for sports. Now back to the desk.
Thank you for that sports update, Liam. Unfortunate about the Pistons, but I'm sure they'll bounce back. What do you think, Aubrey?
I think that's all the time we have at Public Eye News today. I'm Aubrey Huddleston.
And I'm Toby Camilli.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.